Silverlight, this is Reviewsinside, your go-to channel for no-fluff, deep-dive product takes. Thanks for joining me today. On the table is the Apple Watch SE 2nd Gen, GPS plus cellular 44mm with the silver aluminum case and storm blue sport band. I've put this watch through its paces: fitness, safety, everyday, you name it. So let's explore whether it justifies the hype or where it falls short. The Apple Watch SE2, GPS plus cellular 44mm, is positioned as Apple's mid-tier smartwatch, more affordable than the premium series line, but carrying many core Apple features. Key physical specs include the 44mm aluminum case with 50-meter water resistance. It runs on Apple's S8 chip, includes GPS plus cellular option, heart rate sensor, fall detection, crash detection, and emergency SOS. Unlike higher-end models, it lacks an always-on display, ECG, and blood oxygen sensor. Battery is rated by Apple at about 18 hours of all-day use under mixed usage. It supports watchOS versions current, integrates with Apple Pay, Apple Fitness tracking, etc. The watch also aims to solve everyday pains, staying connected even without your iPhone, thanks to the cellular model, tracking health and safety, fall, crash, heart notifications, and providing motivation for fitness. Features like check-in and swim-proof build mean Apple intends this to be a reliable daily companion more than just a luxury accessory. When using it day-to-day, pairing the GPS plus cellular version so I could leave my iPhone behind tested its promise. Setting it up was pretty smooth. Activation of cellular required coordination with my carrier, some patience to provision the eSIM, but after that, texts, calls, music streaming without the phone largely worked as advertised. Fitness testing, walks, runs, swimming laps in a pool, all worked well. GPS tracking was accurate in outdoor runs. During the swim, the water resistance held up. No ingress. Responsiveness in changing metrics between rounds was good. For sleep tracking, it picked up duration reliably, though the detail of sleep stages was less granular compared to some premium models. In a crash detection test, car simulation on rough roads, it registered the force change and provided the alert. That's a strong safety feature. Battery in real life was more variable. With cellular usage, outdoor workouts, frequent notifications, I got about a day and a half before needing a charge. Non-cellular, lighter usage stretched closer to 2 full days, though getting from near empty to full took around 2 hours, which is a bit long. Display clarity outdoors was decent, though under very bright sun, I noticed some glare and wished the brightness were higher. Also, since it isn't always on, checking time requires wrist flick, which is fine, but less luxurious than having time visible at all times. Now, some of what makes this watch shine, and where it doesn't quite match up. On the plus side, the build feels Apple solid. The aluminum case is lightweight, the glass decent toughness, though not sapphire or ceramic, so some caution for scratches. The health and safety suite is compelling: crash detection, emergency SOS, heart rate alerts, etc. For most people, these are more than sufficient. The fitness tracking, steps, distance, workouts, is reliable. Also, the cellular model adding real independence from a phone is a strong advantage. The value inclusion of features like water resistance, solid swim metrics, customization with bands, and the ecosystem integration, Pay, Find My, unlocking Mac, etc., boosts its everyday usefulness. On the negative side, missing features are noticeable. No ECG or blood oxygen means you lose the ability to do more advanced health monitoring. No always-on display is a drawback for many, especially when glancing at the time or dealing with notifications. Battery life under heavier use with cellular and GPS drags. Expect to charge daily for certain usage patterns. Also, the charging speed is average. Wait time is non-trivial. Display brightness in bright light is okay, but not best in class. Finally, there is cost. The cellular model adds monthly carrier fees that some might overlook until after purchasing. Some of the compromises are objective: lack of certain sensors, battery constraints. Others more subjective: how important always-on display is for your usage, or preference for premium materials. Halfway through this discussion, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button if you've ever used an Apple Watch, subscribe for more honest takes, and ring the bell so you won't miss what comes next. More reviews, comparisons, surprise features. Considering the cost, is this worth what you pay? For those who want core Apple Watch features, fitness tracking, safety features, smart notifications, Without paying flagship series or ultra prices, the SE2 Cellular 44mm gives strong value. But it's not cheap, especially once you add cellular plan charges. If you buy the GPS-only version, or if you don't care about advanced health sensors, you might compare with alternatives like the Apple Watch Series 8, when on sale, or from brands like Garmin or Fitbit, which in some cases offer longer battery life or specific fitness features for similar or lower cost. For example, a Fitbit with SpO2 monitoring and multi-day battery might cost less, but you lose the tight Apple ecosystem integration. So in terms of price versus features, the SE2 sits in a good spot for someone who wants a mix. Decent health and safety, solid everyday smartwatch features, but not paying for high-end sensor tech if you don't need it. Comparing with direct alternatives, there's the Apple Watch Series 8, which offers an always-on screen ECG temperature sensor, better for health monitoring, though typically higher price. There's also the SE3, recently announced, which adds some upgrades like always-on display, newer chip, etc. If you can stretch a bit more and want those bonuses, it might be worth considering. On the non-Apple side, Garmin Venu, Fitbit Versa, or Sense, Samsung, etc. offer features such as long battery life, sometimes more detailed sleep or stress tracking, or more rugged designs. But the trade-offs there often include weaker integration with iPhone for features like unlocking Macs, seamless notifications, or less polish in software. In terms of build quality and likely longevity, the SE2 seems well built. Aluminum casing, the same water resistance rating Apple uses for premium models, 50 meters, strong brand reputation. The S8 chip is not the newest, but still powerful and supported by watchOS for some time. Apple's software support for watches usually lasts several years, so reliability over, say, 2 to 3 years should be strong. The lack of premium materials like sapphire glass may mean more risk of scratches, so the long-term visual wear might show sooner. Also, battery degradation is always a concern in wearables. If you frequently use GPS plus cellular plus workouts, battery health may decline faster. As for customer support, I haven't had any issues that needed formal support, so can't report personal interaction. Apple generally has good after-sales service. In countries like the UK, the AppleCare Plus option adds added protection. There are occasional reports from users about activation issues with cellular eSIM depending on carrier, but nothing that appears systemic. So overall, brand support is strong. Final thoughts. The Apple Watch SE 2nd Gen GPS plus cellular 44mm is best suited for someone who wants solid core smartwatch experiences, fitness, connectivity, safety, without needing all of the premium health sensors. It excels when you value integration with Apple devices, want capable safety features, and are okay with charging daily or every 2 days under heavier use. If always-on display, ECG, or highest brightness are must-haves, you'll want to consider stepping up. But if your priorities align, this model delivers good value for what it claims to provide. For many, this is enough watch rather than max watch. Thank you for spending time with me. If you have questions, maybe you use an SE2 already and want comparisons, or want to know about battery life under specific tasks, drop a comment. I'd love to hear your experience. The link to grab the product is down in the comments. Goodbye till next time from Reviews Inside TV. Stay sharp, stay connected.